Oman has declared 3 days of national mourning following the death of Sultan Qaboos bin Said Al Said. The Sultan, the longest-serving ruler in the Gulf, was 79 years old. He'd ruled Oman since 1970, when he deposed his father in a bloodless coup with the help of the former colonial power Britain. Bill Hayton reports.
When Sultan Qaboos pushed his father from the throne in 1970, Oman was desperately poor. There were just 2 schools and 2 paved roads in the entire country. With British political and military support, he started a national development programme, saw off a communist-backed rebellion and steered the country through turbulent times: the Islamic Revolution in Iran, the Iran-Iraq War and 2 Gulf Wars. As the leader of a small but strategically vital country, he courted friends from all sides while trying to remain independent. Compared to most of his fellow Gulf leaders, Qaboos followed a relatively liberal path, granting rights to women and creating a consultative assembly. But the Sultan remained an absolute ruler. He was also the country's Prime Minister, Finance Minister and Foreign Minister. There were elections last year, but human rights groups complain about restrictions on freedom of speech and assembly. There were large-scale protests in 2011 and again 2 years ago. It's not clear who will replace the Sultan. He had no children and never publicly appointed a successor. Sultan Qaboos brought half a century of increasing prosperity and tolerance to Oman, but within limits. There are thought to be around 80 possible candidates to take over, all men. Whoever he is, the successor will have to work hard to meet his people's rising aspirations in the next half-century.